everyone, welcome to this 12th session on 30 Days to a More Powerful Vocabulary by Norman Lewis and Wilfred Funk. Today we are going to talk about words about personalities. This course is being presented to you by me, Shilpa Jha. Please rate, review, subscribe and recommend the course. Also please leave your suggestions and comments below. So we start with the first one. The first one is introvert. So introvert is one whose interest is turned inward and is much alone. So somebody who likes to be alone. I have taken the example of a painter. Usually people who are creative, like painters, writers, etc., they people say that they tend to be introverts. So they tend to be into themselves. They like they like solitude. They like being with their own selves. They don't like being with other people, right? So because I don't know, they don't enjoy a party, or they don't enjoy a lot of company. So such people are introverts. The entire opposite of this is an extrovert. So extrovert is somebody whose chief interests are outside himself and makes friends easily. So gregarious people, somebody who loves the company of others, somebody who does not like to be alone and can make friends easily, is an extrovert. Next we have an ambivert. So ambivert is somebody who has a balanced mixture of both inward and outward. So his interests are both inward and outward, right? So such a person is an ambivert. Okay, because I can tell you one more thing. For ambi means both. So that means somebody who is both an introvert and an extrovert is an ambivert. That's how also you can remember it. Next we have egocentric. So ego means I, centric means center. So somebody who thinks only about themselves. So someone who is looking at everything from a personal point of view, right? Like you can see this cat. Why have I put the example of a cat? Cats are usually considered to be very selfish. So they basically think about themselves only. So people who just think about themselves and always see things from their point of view are egocentric. Next we have inhibited. Inhibited is held back by conscience, shyness or fear. Like when we want to do some mischief, we are always inhibited by what our parents would think or what our parents would do. We are always inhibited by the repercussions, basically, right? For example, if you take this, I felt this was a cute example, so I took it. For example, this dog, he wants to eat this mouse, but he's not just eating it because he's inhibited. He feels that it might lead to a good thrashing by my master, right? So inhibited, that means he's held back by fear, right? So you can be held back by conscience, shyness, anything. Next is an exhibitionist. So now exhibitionist is one who delights in putting an act in front of others. It's totally the opposite, right? So exhibitionist, if you see exhibitions, what is it? It's like a display of whatever you've done. So like they display their art. Art exhibitions are most famous, so that's why I'm talking about exhibition. Art exhibitions. But apart from that, I'd recently gone to an exhibition at the World Trade Center. So the exhibition was of Thailand. So what they were doing was, whatever the products of Thailand were there that they wanted to present, they were all available there on sale. So that is exhibitionist. I hope you know by now. Next is diffident. So diffident is possessed with self-distrust, right? So some people are like that, who don't trust themselves, which is, I think it's very common. You must have seen there are some people who don't believe in themselves, and ideally I would say that one should believe in themselves, because that's how these people are helpful in making people write more self-help books. So they're possessed with self-distrust. The example that I've given is, adolescent kids. When they're young children, then they don't bother about stuff. But the moment they are in adolescence, so they're very, they're very shy about their looks, and they have distrust that maybe I'm not good looking, or maybe the color is not suiting me, and things like that. So they become diffident. Next is effervescent. Effervescent is bubbly and sparkling in personality. So if you've seen effervescence, the examples are given in fizzy liquids, like they say that effervescence of sparkling wine. So that is bubbles in liquid. So as a personality, somebody is really bubbly and sparkling. Next is truculent. So truculent is somebody who is really vicious, somebody who is savage and pugnacious in character, right? So that means somebody who can argue and he can fight very easily, right? Like there are some people like that. You might have had some people in classes also who just want to pick up a fight, do something, and they will just to instigate a fight. They will just do something and a fight will start. So somebody who's really aggressive is truculent. Next is Saturnine. So Saturnine is somebody who's very gloomy, morose, dull all the time. Somebody who's really sad and upset is Saturnine. Next is Quixotic. So Quixotic is idealistic but impractical. For example, our idea of love. We always think that if we fall in love, it's all going to be like guitars all the time, and you're going to have a very happy and a jolly time with the person, and he's going to just shower gifts and presents on you and everything. Ideally, that does not happen, right? Because you definitely get into a lot of fights and a lot of bitchiness which you don't expect, or a lot of other difficult problems that are there. So it's not exactly a very healthy, it's not exactly a very interesting thing, definitely not the way we expect it. So it's idealistic but impractical. Another example that I can give is the deadlines that are set by our seniors. A lot of times they are also very idealistic but impractical. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the session. Thanks a lot.